Howdy ho, howdy hey, and welcome to the hottest radio show in Plano, Texas. Misinformed with yours truly, Missy Lou. Happy Friday. I'm back, bitches, and I'm so excited because we have a lot to put on. We have a lot to tell you about, and it's going to be an excellent show. Not just because I've got a guy with a majestic beard here, but because of what he can do. He's quite the lender. Good morning, Mike.
Yo, 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 how are you?
Tell him who you are, what you do, and your favorite color.
Favorite color, Mike Youngen with RedZone Mortgage Group, branch manager, co-partner. Favorite color is going to be dark blue, and what I do...
But red, because RedZone, no?
No, not RedZone. No, blue.
Okay.
I'm all blue. And what I do is I help people get into houses. I help people buy land. I help people fix their houses. I help people build wealth through investment properties.
Spectacular.
All the jazz.
And I already knew what he did because he is my preferred lender. And let me just say that to everybody out there. This is a gentleman who I have seen perform magic. Miracles, magic, miracles. I don't know where you're getting the power from, but he doesn't give up, and I think that's the most important thing in this industry, because if you aren't familiar with the real estate industry, it can be very taxing. And so you have to work with somebody who not only knows what they're doing, but if they don't have the answer, they can get the answer. They have a good resource, and also somebody who doesn't give up. And I feel like you're the complete package, and that's why I send my business to you. And I just want you to know that I'm grateful.
Well, I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you, and I really couldn't do it without my team back at RedZone Mortgage Group. So shout outs to Aria, Tara, Megan, Philip, all the Courtney. I mean, they're just, I'm only as smart as my team, and we all really care. So that's dope.
Yeah. Good job, team. Y'all are really carrying him and making him look good.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for letting me be up here on Friday.
So I'd like to just start off and talk about a few things that I'd like to cover in the show today. So if you're listening, I'm going to tell you why you should continue listening. I want to talk about dinosaurs. Did you hear that?
It's a Dilophosaurus.
Oh, what?
It's the one that spits.
The one that...
Yes.
His phone just went off, and that's the sound. It's the... That's really cool. I'd like for you to put that on my phone too, please.
I have a pet dinosaur. I had to record that.
You have a pet dinosaur?
Mm-hmm.
Of course he has a pet dinosaur. Is that how you get those underwriters to jump through hoops?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll feed you to the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of feeding things to the dragon, I want to talk about interest rates and how they're going down right now.
Yeah. So things are looking pretty interesting in the winter months right now, as I guess if you can envision, now rates aren't like dropping like flies. It's not dropping tremendously. If you can envision like a stripper pole. And
hold on, wait. Okay, envisioning it.
Okay. But you've got a stripper.
I need $1.
What's our audience like?
I need $1.
Does this need to be how about a fireman pole? We'll go with a fireman pole. If you can envision a fireman pole,
sure.
But it's not slick. It's covered in sandpaper. And so a fireman's trying to slide down this fireman's pole with sandpaper. He's going to go down, just not super fast. So
it's a rough go.
Yeah, it is.
It's better a fireman than a stripper.
Oh yeah, because she's naked. But anyways, the interest rates are trickling down steadily. The Federal Reserve is happy-ish with the inflation rate. And what that means is that they have come out and announced that they are pausing rate hikes and that they intend to have up to 6 rate decreases next year.
6 rate decreases projected for next year. Is that what you just said?
They can foresee that. Now, what that means is it's not really going to be like huge chunks. You're not going to see like a 6.75 to go to a 5.25 or anything of that nature.
Okay.
Maybe over time, perhaps. But these things happen really, 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 really slow.
So here's what I've seen. So I am lucky enough to work in a bunch of different areas in real estate. And with my connections, I'm able to kind of see behind the curtain a little bit more. So I'm not a large producing agent, okay? I'm not. I love real estate. I love to help people buy houses, sell houses. I'm good at it.
You're good at a lot of things.
But I don't. I'm not a big producer. But with that being said, you can take what I say to the bank, because the resources that I have. So I've got a friend that works triage for one of the largest title companies in the United States. And she tells me, what's happening behind the curtain a lot of times. We have conversations daily because she's one of my very best friends. And then I also work for a home warranty company, which is the best home warranty company in Texas because they're super. They're great because they don't just do a home warranty. They also have a home care subscription, and they do what they say they're going to do, and they're on the cutting edge of tech and innovation. So they're just way ahead of traditional home warranties. So I really appreciate them, but I also see the home warranties that come in. Mm-hmm. So I see the action.
Yeah.
And the first 2 weeks in December, it was trash and nothing was moving. It was like molasses. And then as of last week and now currently, things are starting to dial up. And it has everything to do with that interest rate going down just a little bit, I think. Because what was it before? It was at 7, right?
Yeah.
It was over 7.
It's not even. So we dipped toes into the 8s. And down payment assistance rates almost went into the 9s.
Holy crap.
And it's also the cost associated with the rates. So back in the day, let's say when the industry was normal pre-COVID, you could just walk into a loan and get an interest rate without having to pay points. The only mortgages that existed back in the day that required points were investment loans because they're risky. So higher risk, you get a higher rate. It's that simple. So you have a higher rate, and it also costs a little bit more money to purchase that interest rate. So that right now is being applied to people that have 800 credit scores.
That's wonderful.
That's actually, well, no, because they're getting charged for it.
Oh, no, that's not wonderful. That is the opposite of wonderful.
It's the opposite of wonderful, but that aspect of it is decreasing incrementally now. And when that starts decreasing, then the rates start getting lower. And that is why this December, I've had more applications this month than the last 2 months combined.
Really?
And it's not even over yet. And it feels like a tidal wave is going to come because people are now seeing that rates are in the high 6s, and they're steadily trickling down. So those people that are on the fence, all those people that I have applications, are just sitting, waiting, chilling.
Yeah.
Everyone's about to notice, and everyone's about to run and to the hills and get a house because everyone and their dog and their mom and their Dilophosaurus is moving here.
Well, if you're going to get a house in the hill, it's important that you check the floodplain zone. So
yes,
that just needs to be
flooded too.
You don't want to deal with
the
water house. I also want to talk about some other things as we're coming to the end of this year. I know there was a lot of good and a lot of bad for people. There were some really good things, and I just want to reflect with you about some of the good things that happened this year. So let's start it off with sports.
Oh, please.
Your hat, the Rangers.
First place Texas Rangers.
How impressive is that?
That was amazing. That was the comeback of it was almost as pretty as the Dallas Mavericks 2011 run. I mean, it's such a, they were doing so great, then they shit the bed. And they lost the ability to win the division in the last game of the season. So then they had to go into the play-in. No one wants to be in the play-in. So, and then they just caught on fire. And they made the cheating Astros look like fools, which is great. Shout outs to the cheating Astros fans out there. I love Houston. But you cheat. It's on record. Multiple years.
And cheaters never win.
No, not anymore. So, it's been quite spectacular. I can't say enough about how big of I was born a Rangers fan. I went to all three stadiums that have existed so far, which is stupid that 38 years old, there's 3 stadiums, but whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Did you ever go to those stadiums?
So last time I went to a Rangers game was when my husband took me. Whenever he just came back, my husband and me have been on and off since we were 14. Okay. And
high school sweetheart?
Yeah, we're high school sweethearts.
Nice.
And high school headaches this morning, but usually we're high school sweethearts. Anyway, he took me to a Rangers game, and I guess it was 5 years ago. So we need to be getting back. We need to be getting back.
Stadium,
there.
Then. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But we did get to I did get to go to Dallas Mavericks game. We went to watch them and the Lakers, and it was really cool watching the Lakers play.
Did you see Luka?
Yeah.
Nice.
They lost. We won. The LA lost, and it was just a riveting game. It was a really, really good game.
Where'd y'all sit?
We had really good seats. We were up, but we weren't too far away. You know,
We're sitting next to the crazy guy that has all the cowboy hats and the sequin boots and the sequin jacket. Rest in peace, that guy. I think he just passed away like 2 weeks ago. But
oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah, but
no. Oh man,
shout out
no,
to that guy.
we love the Mav Maniacs. There's this one maniac who's a really good. He worked.
Such good dancers.
They're the best dancers. They're the
They
best
make
dancers.
Beyonce look child.
Beyonce
foolish.
who?
Yeah, I know, right?
The Dallas Mavs they know exactly what they're doing. The Maniacs.
Are they allowed to wear nipple tassels?
I feel like they should be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like them to come on the show, show us what they got. Honestly,
Okay.
we'll reach out. I'll see what I can do. But then the Cowboys are crushing it right now, breaking hearts.
What a joke! I'm sorry. I love the Dallas Cowboys as well. I mean, you love the Dallas Cowboys too.
It's a torn household where I'm at. We've got love for the Cowboys and we have love for the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh,
So yeah,
that
my
was an
son
interesting-
loves the Bills, so it is a house divided.
Yeah. I mean, I believe we have the quarterback. I believe we've got the team. I just think that it all stems from from ownership, just treating this whole place like we've done something in the last 27 years when we really haven't, and it's just it's like a country club retreat spa.
Yeah, I feel like
atmosphere.
I feel like he thinks if he throws, and you know who I would say when I say he, I feel like he thinks if he throws money at it, it's just going to fix things, and it doesn't necessarily fix things.
No, it doesn't fix things. Before the game when we were on a losing streak last year, we had the blue carpet rollout before the pregame.
Yeah.
And they had to. It's not like an organization that focuses on football like Green Bay, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. What's teeing up? What do we have going on next?
We have a game on Saturday. Are you talking about with
Yeah,
sports
football.
ball?
I want to know what. Did you say sports ball?
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
We have a game on Saturday as opposed to Sunday against the good old Detroit Lions.
Okay.
And that is pretty pivotal to both teams in regards to home field advantage.
Oh, right. And home field means everything with these guys.
Yeah, it does.
You know who I think has the best home field games, period, is Kansas.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I mean, they're insane over there with how loud they get. And it's not just because of Taylor. I'm talking before she was even in the picture, these people, the fans were crazy. Before we got all the Tay Swift fans, what do you call them? Swifties. Before they even had the Swifties, it was too legit to quit. I mean, just the fan base for basketball with Jayhawks and for the football is just out of this world crazy.
It is. It is great. How do you like Patrick Mahomes' brother, though?
Well,
I think that takes everything down to about 10%.
Yeah. And I'm really concerned about. I feel like I don't know if this might be crazy, and this might just be the woman in me giving my opinion on sports, but I feel like Holmes might have a little bit of an attitude problem about being in the spotlight with Kelsey right now, because I feel like I've seen opportunities for him to get it to Kelsey, and he didn't take it. Mm-hmm. On some games, I feel like maybe he has a little bit of an attitude. I didn't mean to spit, but I feel like maybe there's something going on there. I don't know. And plus the ankle, I always worry about his ankle too, because he's had some injuries and
I would be pissed too if I was the best option on that team full of less stellar players. I mean, I'm not a professional athlete, so I can't.
Yeah, what do we know?
But I mean, when Tony is your wide receiver number one and he's got hands of stone, I would be upset too if I'm not getting the ball and I'm your best option.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't win them all.
No, you can't. And like I was saying, reviewing the year, the good stuff and the bad stuff.
What do you think about the Cleveland Browns?
I don't know enough about the Cleveland Browns to give an opinion. Tell me things.
They have they've gone through quarterback hell. They unfortunately picked up Deshaun Watson from.
Oh, they did?
They got Deshaun Watson early this season. And, of course, he had all of that drama back in Houston with all the masseuse therapists and whatnot. And that looks like the worst contract ever created because he's, injured for the rest of the year. He sat out the first, 6 games. So then they went through quarterback Rolodex, and luckily their defense is just playing spectacular lights out. So their defense are just all world shatterers. And you can just put any quarterback back there. So they went and got the 38-year-old, and that's my age. So
It's my age. We could be football players.
Fuck yeah. They got Joe Flacco. Oh, did I cuss? I'm sorry.
Flacco?
They got Joe Flacco, who won the Super Bowl, I don't know, 28 years ago, 34, 7? I don't know. Back when Baltimore Colts existed. They got Joe Flacco out of retirement, and he's leading them to the playoffs. They just won last night.
Oh, I didn't, man. You know, I didn't end up watching the game last night. My husband had started it, and then I have a baby, so I got to do whatever he wants.
How old's your baby?
20 months old, and he is in charge. He is my boss, just to clarify.
Makes sense.
And you've got a baby, too.
I have a beautiful little daughter. She is 11 months old.
And she's your boss?
She is definitely my boss. Yeah.
Oh, the season of life we're in. I'm so tired.
What's sleep? I don't even know.
Speaking of, thank you for coffee from Dutch Brothers. Shout out to Dutch Brothers because this coffee is delicious. What is this? The Golden Eagle?
It's about 10 shots of espresso with a dash of honey and a sprinkle of almond milk.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. That's what you asked for, right? I asked for 12, but they said that was illegal in the state of Texas.
Kind of like marriages. You can only be married a set amount of times in Texas. You can only have a certain amount of shots.
You can only lose your Social Security card 9 times.
Huh.
You can't renew it after the night.
I mean, if you lose it more than 3, like, get it together.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? Speaking of losing control and not getting it together, you know what I've been seeing? You know, now that I was able to step back for the holidays. I was able to relax and actually peruse Facebook and kind of look at different things. You know what's all over the place right now?
That?
Pot. You know, you can buy pot, like legally. I think it's like sent to your house. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? I've seen like advertisements where you can buy marijuana and have it shipped to your house in Texas. Like it's totally a thing.
I'm seeing THC drinks in gas stations. So if that's what you're referring to, I mean, that's
what does
that's
that? What does that mean? Does that mean you could buy a drink and get high?
It's yes. Well, a buzz,
What?
a different type of buzz. Yeah. It's crazy. I think it's Delta 8, Delta 9. I'm not your drug guy. I'm your finance guy. Finance.
He deals loans, not drugs. To clarify here on MissInformed.
Thank you.
But if the rates keep going up, we'll let you know. Stay tuned. Just kidding.
But yeah, I guess so. I mean, everywhere else is doing it. I mean, it's just like gambling as well. Like
they're trying to push gambling over here too right now. Did you see what Cubes did?
Yeah,
I call him Cubes because we're friends, so
right,
I call him Cubes instead of Mark Cube. And
shout out to Cubes.
What's up, Cubes?
Yeah. No, I mean, he wouldn't make that play if he didn't know anything. And
right? I smell something. I smell something's happening. And they bought a lot of land. Whoever bought a majority of the stock with the Mavericks also purchased land.
I think it's the Venetian people.
I don't even.
That own the Venetian.
I'm not even smart enough to know what that.
That's
words.
That's the Vegas hotel that's got the big fountain in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a generic description. I think that's every hotel in Vegas.
With the fountain.
Yeah, the one with the fountain in front of it.
Bellagio?
Shit. Probably.
Is it?
They're rich.
Well, you know, the people that have a lot of money in Vegas. So I think they bought some land as well, and they're pushing
right where the stadium used to be.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And they're pushing to do something casino-wise.
So what they want to do is Cubes went on record. He was being interviewed post-game because the sale went through, I believe, on Tuesday or so. And so it was his final game, his final time to shoot around before the game as an owner. And he was saying that the idea is to turn Dallas into more of a resort-like idea. Like when people come to Texas, they don't want to go to Dallas. They want to go to San Antonio. They want to go to Riverwalk.
Well, Dallas.
Austin.
Dallas is a hub to make money, and that's it. I don't enjoy going to Dallas. I don't enjoy the nightlife. When I was in my 20s, I moved to the DFW area, and my roommate at the time was a flamboyant gay man, and so I saw all there was to see in Dallas, I'll have you know, from the gayborhood to the nightlife. Like, he knew where all the spots... Yes. Yeah. La Bears. I knew where all the spots were.
Where's La Bears? I've heard of it, but I've never...
You don't want to go. It smells like butt. Literally. It's like, I walked in, I was like,
good. I'm just... Yeah. Pause.
I digress. But it wasn't just the neighborhood that I went to. I also, saw a lot of really, happening spots throughout the DFW, and I wasn't impressed. It's not my scene. I felt like it was too crowded, and I always had to be on alert. As a young woman, I always had to be on alert. It was just very crowded. Even if the drinks were really fancy and it was just really shiny and nice, it was still just, I have more fun in Frisco. I have more fun like at the Star. I feel like it's more resort style, more relaxed. And maybe Cubes feels that in Frisco and he wants to try to copy it. I mean, Godspeed and good luck, He's
trying to make it a destination spot. He wants people to think of Dallas as the next, Vegas. So when Texas opens up, when Dallas opens up, or I'm sorry, when the law opens up, there we go. People will be able to say, "Hey, let's go to Dallas."
But it'll be everywhere. It won't just be Dallas. They'll have places all over.
But he wants to get there first. That's why he's doing it now, breaking the ground and all that stuff. And the great news.
And I wonder if it's going to happen.
It has to. I mean, the sale just went through. I would hope so. Because
I think they're trying to push it.
Yeah.
But they bought a bunch of land for Disneyland.
Where?
Years ago, over down 75 North, and that never turned into anything.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, people have. I mean, I was talking to Castle Rock. Excuse me, Castle Rock Communities, and they were going to do a development in McKinney, and it was going to be this cute little townhome situation, and I was going to go in and be a sales rep for them. This was a little bit ago before I had the opportunity to work for Super, and I love Super, and I'm not leaving. But before that. Before that, I was considering working for Castle Rock Communities as a little sales rep, and they just kept getting pushed and pushed by the city, and the city just never allowed it to go through. And they had bought the land, they had already started, they had plotted it out, and they were getting ready to cut the roads, and the city just shut it down. So, I mean, sometimes you can't say that. Sometimes the dreams and hopes and aspirations that entrepreneurs have it fizzles out. Sometimes it just doesn't come to par. And I'm sure that this isn't the first time somebody wanted or tried to build a casino type resort over in this area. I mean, I don't really care. I'm not a gambler. It's not going to ruin my family. Like I don't really care if it goes down or not. I guess I kind of do. I don't want my son. I don't know. I'm kind of have mixed emotions on it and how it would affect. I don't care so much
about the gambling part of it.
It'll boom the economy, more jobs.
That'll be great. More houses, more opportunities for first-time home buyers, all that good stuff.
It's going to make our taxes go through the roof.
It'll make taxes go through. Surely they'll foot the bill and they won't put it on the people, right? Just kidding. But
I don't know.
But
surely they're not going to screw us.
Right. No. But the new owner did say that they were going to. The good news is the new owner said that they don't care about the Dallas Mavericks luxury cap, so they don't care about signing maximum contract players that exceed the salary cap. They just want to win. So that's
awesome.
Mark Cuban always flirted with the luxury tax. He didn't want to go into the first ceiling. He definitely didn't want to go into the second ceiling. And they're like, let's go. So that's good news.
Well, from what I know about Mark Cuban, just following him and having people in my life that were like close to him, you want to pick their ear and talk and things of that nature. And from what I've learned through being around him is he's a very savvy businessman, and he's very methodical and organized, and he thinks before he does something. So if Mark Cuban is doing something and we see a plan taking place, there's something going on, and I absolutely have my eyes on him right now watching what's going to happen. And I think that, I'm a fan of Mark Cuban, so whatever he's doing, I'm supporting. But I am excited to see what happens with all of that.
Shout outs to Cost Plus Drugs.
Cost Plus Drugs?
That's his. Well, that's what he has the most ownership now in, I believe. So
he's working on the weed.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you. I knew it.
Yeah, Cost Plus Drugs. That's his company where he basically is driving down the cost of prescription drugs for the common folk.
What a racket that is, anyway.
I know.
My husband had shoulder surgery, and I just got a bill in the mail before I left the door. $6,000 for the anesthesia. We have insurance. What?
You need to talk to my wife. She'll help you.
Kill them?
It's maybe not kill them. Duct tape.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah.
Tell the missus I'm going to give her a jingle after the show.
It's a game of cat and mouse. You have to, it sucks. It's just like another little part-time job you have to battle.
Yeah. No, I've been there and it's not fun. And I'm assuming that there was a mishap with the insurance. Maybe they just didn't have the insurance on file. Like, what? How could my insurance not cover an IO 6000? Like, that's insane. It was just shoulder surgery, what? Anyway, something else that's kind of crazy, just going over the New Year wrap-up, is that Gypsy Rose girl. Do you know who that is?
Gypsy Rose. I just became familiar with her yesterday.
Did you watch the story?
Can you give me the story?
So I don't have time to watch stories. I'm very busy. But what Facebook has taught me is there was this girl and her entire life.
Her name is Gypsy Rose.
Yes.
That sounds like a strip club in Austin.
That's the Yellow Rose.
Okay.
Anyway, there is this girl. Her name is Gypsy Rose, and she was forced to pretend and halfway led to believe that she was sick by her mother so that her mother could have this attention and get government assistance.
Like leukemia, cancer type stuff?
Yeah, like she was making her daughter sick to trick the professionals so that she could exploit her daughter. And it got so bad, and I think the daughter eventually caught on to it, and she was charged for conspiracy to kill her mother. Her mother was murdered, and I think she had a boyfriend and got her boyfriend to help her kill him. I'm not sure. If you know what the situation was, I would love to hear the little story. Give me the footnotes, but I know that
so the mom didn't go to jail.
Mom died. Mom was murdered. Yeah,
by daughter Gypsy.
Yeah, Gypsy.
What's the mom's name? Like Witch?
I don't know, man. All I know is she's the one that should have been behind bars, and everybody's like, "Go, Gypsy!" She just got out yesterday, and everybody is just like overjoyed that she's out and she gets to start her life now. She got married while she was in prison, I think. She's engaged or something. Like,
how does that work?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they do conjugal visits. That's totally a thing.
But I mean, how long has she been in jail for? Like at least 5-8 years or something like that.
I don't know.
So because I heard that, obviously she's probably not marrying the gentleman that stabbed the mother in the face.
Well, and did she get stabbed in the face?
Oh yeah.
It was in the face? Mm-hmm. Holy crap.
As far as my sources extend, which is KTCK, the ticket. But
okay. Hey, I trust those guys.
Yeah.
Well, I just know that she's out, and I just wish her the very best. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in a spot where you think that that's an option. But I mean, imagine all you know is the person who you trust the most, and they're halfway killing you and feeding you lies and just fucking with your head.
Yeah, halfway killing you too, because your body's taking in all this stuff that you don't even need.
And just manipulating you and messing with your head. You don't even know up from down. Stockholm syndrome, I'm sure, was a very real thing in that house.
Probably just like a sample of what she had.
Bless her heart. So yeah. I'm happy that she's able to start her life now, and I wish her nothing but the best this year. This year is her year, and I hope that this year is a year for all of us too, and that we're all breaking out of whatever chains are holding us back. And we're moving forward. This last year wasn't the worst year. It wasn't the best year. But this year can be even better if you're taking your systems and organizing yourself and setting yourself up for success. I believe that what we do this next 2 weeks is going to set us for the year.
Absolutely.
So if you're lazy and eating cake and sleeping, I mean, that's probably how your year's going to go. But if you're working on your planner and setting your appointments and getting things organized and calling Super for your home warranty needs, I really feel like it's going to be in your best interest.
Yeah. And now the perfect year for you first-time home buyers that have been waiting on the fence because you've seen rates at their all-time, well, your lifetime high, not all-time high.
Yeah.
But if you're waiting on the fence, now's the time just to apply and put together a plan of action. What we do, a lot of people think that they're 4 months out, they're 6 months out, that you have to put 20% down. There's a lot of misconceptions that people aren't aware of. And it's like student loan debt. I've got $300,000 in student loan debt. I can't afford a house. That was my wife's situation coming into her first home. She just never thought that she could afford a home. She thought it was 20% down. Quite the opposite. I mean, we educate you on what we truly care about from a lender perspective, which is your ability to repay with your credit. But most importantly, we're focusing on your monthly liabilities, your obligations that you owe. So, yes, you could have $300,000 worth of debt, but you could have a monthly payment of I don't know, $250, $300 because you're in a repayment plan.
Yeah, it's like I try to explain it to clients as it's like an equation. So don't just start paying stuff off. Don't do anything. The first thing you should do is talk to a lender, let them pull your stuff, not just any lender, Mike. Let them pull your stuff, take a look at it, and see what the best course of action for you is, because you need a game plan. You don't just assume you know and start paying off because you probably don't know. And so you need to be educated properly. That's why you need to call Mike and get that situated. And then we can run off to the races and find the house of your dreams or help you sell and buy whatever your dream is. We can help you. We've helped plenty of people.
We'll help you build that credit score up to get you. We'll help you put a plan of action together for your credit. So pay down this, pay down that. We'll help you, let you know your buying power if you qualify for any first-time down payer. Do you say that word?
Down payment?
Reset. Down payment assistance, first-time homebuyer down payment assistance programs. We have state and nationwide programs all available to you. We have 0% down programs. We have VA programs.
0% down? You hear this?
USDA.
I'm telling you, the reason he's sitting here on my first show is because he is my first choice, and he's my first choice because I have seen him perform magic. He really does do a good job. If you're a realtor out there and you're watching, I highly recommend that if you haven't met this gentleman, that you ask for an introduction. And I don't want you too busy, and I want you to remember me. But
you are number one. Don't worry about that.
But I want y'all to, to consider having a conversation and adding him to your arsenal, because he is a great lender, and his team. It's not just one lender. You got to have a team, because you have to be, because he can't be available 24/7, and his team is a great team, and so it's very helpful to me. So I highly recommend Mike. Obviously, this year, if you're looking for a good partner lender wise, there he is. If you're looking for a home warranty company to partner with, here I am. We want your business. We're hungry. We're full of energy, and we're ready to kick this year's butt. Not you in the face, but we're ready to kick this year's butt. So reach out and let us help you with all of your real estate needs. I mean, we know somebody that can help you. And let's see what happens. This is also an election year too, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll see. I'm excited to kind of follow that and see what happens with that. I mean,
it's gonna.
Maybe we'll see Trump at the new casino smoking pot. Who knows?
I'm sure it'll be just docile, a normal election cycle process.
I'm so excited to see how crazy.
No controversy whatsoever.
It's gonna be huge.
And that's another thing that's gonna make 2024 so lucrative to purchase a home, is because in a natural election cycle, one party or the other is going to want to claim responsibility for the rates dropping. And this is my fourth cycle. This will be my fourth cycle in the industry during an election period. So
that's good knowledge.
Yeah, it's all cyclical. This whole industry is really cyclical, and the thing that we're overcoming right now, nothing like 2009. 2009, there was people that were losing their houses, didn't have any equity, and in this position, people are not buying because they have too much equity, so they're sitting on it. They're using it through home equity lines of credit and whatnot. So, it's going to be interesting because the rates are going to be dropping, quote unquote, by the Federal Reserve. That's really mortgage-backed securities that's going to be doing that in the background. But the election year,
it's going to be exciting. I'm interested to see how the year plays out as far as the election goes and how it affects our business in the real estate field.
I've seen April will be a good litmus test to see where rates will be.
Well, with that being said, stay tuned, because now MissInformed is back, and we're here to carry you through the journey. So if you're somebody that is interested in being on the show, or you're looking to sponsor the show, you're more than welcome to reach out. And see you next time.
RedZone Mortgage Group. Call back.
Bye, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thank
Love
you.
Mom.